This conference will now be recorded.
So, thank you guys. So, just sorry for the disturbance. So, thank you all for joining us here today. So, just before we get started, I would like to express my gratitude to all of you who have so generously helped us to organize this webinar and created such a wonderful platform. Okay, especially thank to like White by Munawar by Shoaib by. You all are doing great work by. So, especially for the youth. It's a pleasure to be with you guys. So, like today's agenda is about the Python programming language. So, before starting the program, so I would like to introduce our CGC. Okay. So, CGC is nothing but it's a career guidance councils. So, it is a registered NGO. It's a non-profit organization, and it's providing a platform for students and industry professionals to discuss and share experience, ideas, and knowledges in a sustained manner for the benefit of students community in a securing a bright future. Okay, and the objective is the main objective of CGC is to reach out to schools, colleges at all level to help students and professionals understand the importance of education through proper guidance and planning. CGC cater to the needs of students and professionals in order to groom them so that they will be well equipped with professional expertise to face the industry challenges. So they are doing great work. So they are giving the shape, doing lots of events, career awareness programs. In this situation also they are conducting this type of webinars. So people or like students of like you, they can know about the what is the real world wanted, what is the actual requirement of the world. So I hope most of them are computer background only. So let me introduce myself. My name is Mohammad Ilyas. I'm a computer programmer, layout and structure designer, and also a data scientist. I work for many organizations like Virgin Mobile, London Business Group, Landmark Group, Thema Food Industries, airline group also. If you have booking a ticket, so behind also there are one programming languages are there. So there are three softwares are there. Like if you search in the Google, you can get the like Galileo, Amadeus, Sabre. So I work for Galileo. So presently I'm working for some startup companies. These peoples are doing outsourcing. They are taking the work from the USA and building AI products. And there's nothing but artificial intelligence. I'm also part of the many NGOs, and I'm teaching for skill development organization also. So I hope everyone else, like most of them are from computer background only, right? So so like if you in this situation 2000, we are in the 2020. If you ask most of the professionals, if you ask to your teacher, like what programming language you have to learn nowadays, so like most of them will recommend you Python. Why? Because like Python has become the trend. So I hope my screen is visible for everyone, right? Just if you have an issue like for the voice or screen problem, just push the comment on the chat box, okay? And listen all the things what I'm going to share with you, okay? And if you have any pen book, just note down all these things because this session is going to very important for all of you. Uh, just go for the Google Trend. Okay, let's search something C language. Okay, we have C language. Let's add one more language, that is C++. Okay, I've added. Let's add one more, Java. And let's add the Python. Okay, so we have four languages: C, C++, Java, and Python. So let's take the trend from last 5 years. Okay. So like let's first go with the C language. So last 5 years, the trend is like 24% are using this C language, and about the C++ 22, and Java before the 5 years back, like 100%, you can say. You can check like 97 it is showing, but you can assume like as a 100% people are using the Java language. Let's move on to the now. Okay, now C is 17, C++ is 18, and Java is something 47, and Python is 81. Right now lockdown, right now this is the, just check with the before the lockdown time, you can say 87%. I'm just checking February 23rd before lockdown. 87% are like moving to the Python. Earlier, before 5 years back, is just having 40%, 40% to 90%. So like in Java now 100 to 50. So I'm not telling that Java is not important, but now you can check the trend. Why people are like moving from all the languages to Python, and Python is now become very important. So we are going to discuss all these things. Okay. So this agenda, the program agenda is like you should know about the importance of Python in Python programming language, and the awareness of Python language, like why people is using worldwide. Okay, so there are some type of programming languages are there, like function programming language, object oriented programming language, scripting language, modular programming languages. So like what are all these things? Like why we use function programming, why we use object oriented, why we use scripting, why use modular? So like function is a programming language where we use means, if you want to develop any functionality for any machine, for that purpose, i'm I'm requesting everyone to just please mute yourself, so we can run the this session smoothly. Just please mute yourself. Okay, so like where we use the function programming language. So if you want to add some functionality into any machine or any object, for that purpose we have to use the function programming language. Like if you want to create any ATM, like is in the ATM also there are some functions are there, right? So if you are clicking on something and you will getting some answer, right? So these are the like functions. So that's nothing but function programming language. And we have some languages. With the help of these languages we can do this type of functions, like Lisp, Python, Erlang, Haskell. Okay, these are the there are many things are there. Next we go for the object oriented. So where we use like object for the security purpose, like we want to create an object for this purpose, like where like most in the object, like the main main use of the object oriented is like we don't if you don't want to uh, type the code multiple times, for that purpose we are going for the OOPS. Like in there many functions are there, many packages are there, many concepts are there, methods, objects, classes, like that. For that purpose you don't need to repeat the code, you can reuse the code, and you can develop like big technologies, some automation technologies, uh, we can see in the world right now is like everything is like coming automatically. Like we are having right now robots, driverless cars, automated in home appliance, like you can say ACs. Like if you come into the just room, the AC will automatically on. If you just go out, then automatically AC will off. So all these things like comes into the OOPS model only. So like you can do this thing like C++, Java, Python, Ruby, Scala. Like these are the many things are there. With the help of this, you can go, you can create the OOPS models. Like after this, we have a scripting language. So mostly script is used for web development part. Like we have PHP, JavaScript. Okay, so Python is also comes into this. Okay, next we have the modular programming. So like in the and most of the MNC, like once we got the projects, so like manager, what will do? Manager deliver the project to the team leader. Then the team leader divide the this projects into the modules to every developer. So that's comes into it. Like once project divided into small part, then we collapse all these things. Okay, hope you have got this all this concept now. The question is, we have lots of types of this type of programming languages there. Then what is Python? So what is Python? So Python is comes for the with all these future. The answer is Python is come with all the feature. Python is developed with all these features. Okay, the function programming is come from the taken from the C. Oops is come from C++. Scripting is Perl and Shell, and modular from modular 3. And if you comes into the definition of Python, so Python is a general purpose, high level interpreted and dynamically typed programming language. So it is created by Guido van Rossum and his team. So it's a powerful high language and OOPS language. So like, what's the question right now? It's what is general purpose, what is high level, what is interpreted, and what is dynamically typed. So we'll go one by one. Okay, I am trying to explain you all these things by scratch. So like, let's come for the what is general purpose. General purpose is nothing but if you want to develop anything, it is not depend on any particular domain. Okay, like if you want to develop some system based or desktop based application, if you want to create any web development part, any functionality you want to develop. Okay, if you want to develop machine learning concept, if you want to develop deep learning concept or artificial intelligence products, okay, or you want to do some scripting part, so anything whatever you want, like you can do all these things. It will work in the all domain. If you want to develop some game, so if you want to do some analytic part, so like Python is used for all these purposes. So that's why it is called general purpose. And like most of the aware all these things, the high level program, we have something called machine language, and we have high level, then low levels are there. So like this high language, what will do, this is convert your code to the machine language, right? So like machine is understand only binary like 0 and 1. So all this thing will convert. Like we have something called you can say like in the BSc first year, or if you are in the, if you have done engineering, so maybe I will explain it with the draw. I'm trying to something. Okay, so this is your actual hardware instruction. Okay, and after that, this is your kernel. This thing we have already done in like our first year, like BSc first year, or if you are in the BTech, B anything, and we have something called shell, or you can say command, like where you have to do the programming parts. Okay, and we have something GUI, nothing is but your graphical user interface. So what's it like? This is like so this is comes to your machine. Okay, so it will understand only binary language. Okay, like binary format 0 1 only. Okay, And this is the all parts come to the your architecture level. So whatever you're writing here, it will convert, it will go to the kernel, then it will go for this thing. So these are the process are there. And so this is called high language. And what is interpreted? So like most of the programming languages, like if you are like if you have already done the programming like C, C++, Java, all these things, what we have to do, we have to use first one editor, right? IDE, you can say IDE or editor, anything like where we write the program. And what we have to do next step is we have to compile this program, then we will get the output. So there are three procedure is there for any programming language. First you have to write the code, then you have to compile the program, then you have then go for the execution. So in the Python you don't need to compile anything, just you have to write the code and you will get the output. Okay, so like this is the thing, like compiler versus interpreting. So in the compiler, like first we have to write the code, then it will convert to the compiler, then you will get the output. But in the interpreter, just you have to write the code and you will get the output. And what is dynamically typed? So like the definition, like the dynamically typed means that the Python parser automatically infers or identifies the type of variable on the basis of what kind of data you have assigned to the variable. So the mention is the word is data. So I will explain you just anything. Let's me open one editor. Okay. So we have some type of data, right? Data type. So we call, there is a concept something like once is a variable. Okay. One is a variable and another is a data type. So variable is nothing but where you are storing the information. Okay. It is the memory location where you can store the information. For example, uh, you have taken a variable called name a and you have storing something information 10. Okay, so this 10, this is the information, this is the data. Okay, data type is nothing but data is the information, right? So type of information, so what type of information you are saving in the variable, this is the variable. So this, you can take any name here, this is just for example. So this is the variable and this is the information. So what it is saying means what type of information you have, like what type of information we have, like in the normal we have something type of data, right? Okay, this is the thing, like we have types of data types are like there's an integer, string, float, boolean, complex. And apart from this also we have many type of information like in the format of audio, video, right? And images, or you can say like we have some complex data types like list, okay, you can say tuple, dictionaries, sets. So these are the data types. Data type is nothing but your type of information. If you go with any programming language, first you have to define the data, or you can say first you have to define the information. Program will never understand, programming language will never understand what type of information. If you have just enter anything, I will explain you with the example. So like this is your variable and you have writing like this. Okay, can you write like this in any programming language and you will get the output? The answer is no. First the answer is, first you have to define the variable, sorry, data type, because data type is, it is a information of type of information. So first you have to define the information, like what type of information you are entering, what type of information you are adding. So first you have to define the information, like what type of information. It is an integer, it is a string. String is nothing but your text information, or you are floating, that is comes with the like point like 1.20, 1.25, like that. And complex is nothing but it contain two things, like one is the imaginary value and one is the real value. So first you have to define the information. After only you will get the result or execution, right? But in the Python, you don't need to define anything, because it is already defined in the inbuilt system. Okay, like those who are from the web development part, those who know the basic HTML, they can know the concept of HTML. Like HTML is like pre-designed, right? Predefined. It is a predefined, like this is called hypertext markup language, it is said. So it is a predefined language, that it means pre-designed, which is already designed in the like HTML. For example, I'm just wanted to explain all these things with the example, to clear all these things to you. So like what we do in the HTML means, just we have to call a tag and we have to insert the information according to the tag, right? So same thing like in here Python also, you just need to enter the information, that's it. You don't need to call anything. In the HTML also we have to call something, right? But in this Python programming language, you don't need to call anything. Let me explain you. I'm just entering that a equals to 10. I'm just using the shortcuts. You can go with the run also. So here you can use like if you want to print this thing, you can use print also, or you can write simply a also. That's it. You are getting the output. For example, I'm just taking one online editor, because okay. So, for example, if you want to write any code in the C language, you have to write 6 lines of code. Then only you can execute something. Like if you want to execute Hello World program, first you have to write include, then standard input header file. This is the compulsory. If you don't write the header file, you will not get the any execution. Then you have to write the main program. Then you have to write the printf functions. Okay, then the return 0, then close the bracket, open bracket, close bracket. This is the compulsory thing, right? Like if you go with the C language, I think we have to write the code here. Just let me write the C++ input.string. Then you have to write integer main. Okay. Then you have to write something. This is the basic syntax to run the program. Let me run this thing. Okay, it is working. Hello world, right? Again, you have to write some lots of code, like 6 lines of code. If you go with the Java, it is loading. Okay. So same thing in the Java, you have to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 lines of code, right? But if you want to write the code in the Python, just like this, you have to write print. That's it. You will get the output. So how like this Python is easy for everyone. Like if you are a beginner, if you know the programming language, that is very good for you. Like you can develop the code very easily, because if you have just know the basic English and that's it, you can write anything here. Just for example, uh, if I want to print 1 plus 2 equals to, you are getting the output now. Like if you are defining the variable like a equals to 10 and something b equals to 20, and just you want to do a plus b, that's it. So how easy is this one? Like if you go with the C program, C++, and Java, you have to define the variable name first. Sorry, data type, and you have to take care of many things, right? If you just, it means one like angle bracket, or you can say curly bracket, also you will not get the output. So like those who are already done the like in the C, C++, and Java, they will get like many errors. Why? Because that is a very complex things are there. But in the in the Python, it is not like that. It is very user friendly. It is very beginner friendly. If you have knowledge, it is very good. If you don't know anything, just no problem. You can start your career with the Python. Like so, it is very easy for everyone right now. Right. So it is dynamically typed. It is what I am. I think like you have cleared these things, right? What is dynamically typed? Man, it is dynamically. The language can understand all these things, and the facts is like something called is taken from the name from the snake. No, like he's like a fan of some comedy series, so the name is taken from that series, and like why is Python is become so popular? Like everyone is like we have seen here. Okay, now like 90% are moving from right now. Everyone is moving to from Python. So why they are moving? Like in like if you are doing a project, okay, in the Java or C, C++, anything, in any programming language, you have done the project with the help of 1,000 lines, and you are same thing you are doing with the Python, some 200 lines, 300 lines. So which language you will going to prefer? Less lines, less code, means you are saving your time, right? Company is saving the time, right? That's why every company, most of the MNCs are saying to the like developers, just learn these things. Okay, just learn the Python programming language. So why? Because they want to reduce the time also. Like if the time is reduced, they will get the more project, and they can earn more also. So like in the real world, the time is very important for everyone, because they want to do lots of projects, they want to earn lots of things. Like if you just search in the Google, the most like top 10 billionaires are there, like all are like came from the computer science background only. Like if you talk with the like right now Amazon in the top, like Jeff Bezos, he's also from the computer background, and no need of introductions. Bill Gates, Microsoft. He is from the like computer science background, and we can say Larry Ellison, founder of Oracle. Okay, and he is from computer background. And one more thing is well-known person. You just check with the spelling. I'm very bad in the spelling. He is also from the computer background, and none other but Type Page. So this co-founder of Google Alphabet company. So like these are the persons are from like most of the billionaires, millionaires are came from the computer science background, and they are working on like internet only, right? They are earning from internet only. So they are earning from software. So like most of them like my question, if I want to ask something about you, like if you have I cannot see the list like how many of here the participants are there. So so you have attended this session. So like my question is to you, like why you want to be a programmer? Like if you are, if you think you have got the notification like introduction of Python programming language. So you thought like yeah, I have to learn this programming language. So why? So my question is like why you want to be a programmer? Okay, why programmer? Why program? Why you want to be in the programming field? Why you want to become a coder? And my question is like anyone can answer, and you can unmute and you can answer who is a programmer like that. So just let's make this session as interactive. So just anyone can answer. Okay. Like why you want to be become a programmer and who is programmer? Anyone can answer. Just unmute and
I want to be a programmer or developer basically because this is what is in a lot of demand, this field, be it in India, be it anywhere. So I come from a BTech field and this is the most relevant field for me.
okay, great. I'm expecting some more answers. So anyone can answer. You can unmute yourself and you can answer. Like why you want to become a programmer? And who is programmer? Like people say like that. Most of the people say like that the programmers are lazy, right? So coder are lazy. Like if you like whatever we are seeing in the all the, you can say, technologies and right? Like if you want to send a rocket to the space, compulsory you need lots of programmers, lots of developers are there. Without clicking on that button, you cannot send your rocket to the space, right? So like for all the technologies, what we are seeing right here, so with the help of developer only, right? So can anyone answer of this question, like why you want to become a programmer, like who is programmer?
Programmer is one who writes code, and why I want to become a programmer, because I want to get into data science community or be a part of as the DS is going to be a next generation where lots of stuff is going to happen and tech is going to be a big boom. So I want to be in that coding community.
Okay, great. Thank you. And I want some more answers.
Well, as far as being a programmer, you can choose jobs.
Like your voice is not audible for us. Like some background noises are coming.
Hello.
You can just post your comment on the chat box. We are getting some background noises.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah. Please.
I wanted to be a programmer because, particularly this Python programmer, because it helps in learning data science as well as artificial intelligence. And a lot
Okay.
of skills apart from this, like means neural networks and mathematics, algebra, statistics, and this Python as well, because basically it is the most important language which helps in AI, as you already know. And basically it is very user friendly and its syntax is easy, so I don't need to write a long uh, thousands of lines of codes. So usually I need to write mostly or hardly 10 or 20 lines, so it can easily execute. So it will help me, or it will redesign the technology using the modern uh, infrastructures like machine learnings, and mostly it will develop in this kind of software skill things. So it will be a pro to learn this language.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. And any more answers?
Yeah, it's
Hello,
me.
Yeah,
hello,
yeah. Yes.
hello. This is Vineet from Noida, and actually, basically, I'm from Linux background, and I'm just learning languages from last week. So, what did I assume in this language learning? That uh, l- uh, languages start programming languages started some early 70s or 80s, and now we are here in 2020, and we see a lot of changes in automation and languages and development. It just all we did this change just because of programmers, because programmers are eager to develop new things, new language, new script, or new things to make society more advanced or more developed in programming field.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
so this is the basic requirement of a programmer who thinks some new things, who can think some new things to develop some new programs or develop new things to programmer community or new beginners or students just like myself.
Okay. Great. Thank you. And any more answers? Anyone
Yeah,
want to
my
say?
name is Abdul Basit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to become a programmer because right now I'm working in IT field only. I'm in service sector, like working on Azure projects. But I
Okay.
feel for going to programming because of shifts. They will put in shifts, and I don't like shifts. It is better to be a programmer because their job will be very somewhat easy when compared to shifts will be there. No.
Yeah. Most of the programmer use for like do it on general shift only.
Yeah. I just want to go to programming. That's one. That is one of the reason.
Okay. Okay. Thank
Okay.
you. And any more answers? Anyone want to say something?
Hi. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was trying to learn a language like Java for a long time, but
Okay.
I'm from BCom background and currently working into an MNC.
Okay.
So I thought I will take this online session so that I can know more about it. And I think it's pretty easy. It means, as you said, Python can be learned from beginner level if you don't have any knowledge about C++ or C.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to acquire this skill in my leisure time now as I'm working from home. So I think that
Okay.
can add value to my CV.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and I can move to IT in future maybe if I get an opportunity. So that's why.
Great. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Anyone?
Thank you.
Hello,
Yeah.
Elias sir, I have a question.
Yeah. Please.
Sir, I'm trying to learn this language from past 3 months. So basically, what I'm trying to do is learn it from YouTube or internet from Google. So there are a lot of things which I'm missing while learning. Like as you have already explained, variables and data type. So you have
Yeah.
explained in such a manner that is in easily even everyone can understand. If a person unable to speak English, he'll be understand easily. But on other sources, they are explaining it in complicated manner,
Yeah.
like that. Just rolling out the dice again and again, and they are unable to explain their points, sir. So, if I am learning from that source, it is taking a lot of time for me to learn. So, as of now, you have created this session to create awareness among the people who try to learn Python.
Mhm.
So, is there any particular source like which we can learn easily?
Like sources are many, right? It is better to learn from the professional developer, those who are already working in the. So like after this session, just contact with the Shoaib bhai or the Wahid bhai. So they will guide you. Like okay, there are many
Okay, sir.
sources are. Mhm.
And
Like it.
one more thing apart from, okay, sir.
Yeah. You can ask.
Apart from this, this Python is mainly used in data science and deep learning as well. So,
Yeah.
how much time it would take for a learner to practice or master this language?
Like if you do daily practice, I think 1 month is enough for you. Or like 1 month is enough.
To master this, sir?
Yeah, in the Python, like 1 month is enough. If you daily practice like 3 to 4 hours a day, it is in a 1 month is enough for you, because it is very easy. It is very easy. Just I have explained you all these things, and I
Yes,
am
sir.
going to explain. I am going to explain more thing also. There are some like all like we are on the 13th page, like. So I just want to
Yes,
make
sir.
some interaction with the students. Like, are you on off or like that for that purpose? So
Oh,
this is very easy. No need to worried about the Python programming language. It is very easy. It is very easy. If you just know the basic English also, that's it. That's enough for you. We don't need to define many things in the Python. Okay,
okay,
you
sir.
you can
Okay,
you,
sir.
you can you can write the code like just you're talking to someone like that. That's that's the type of Python language. Okay,
Okay,
so
okay, sir.
shall we continue, or anyone having want to say something?
Yes,
Okay.
hi, this is Iqbal.
Yeah.
You
I
go
am
first.
totally into industrial automation field. Okay, so
Okay.
I am more and have some cybersecurity related experience as well. So
Okay.
what I came to know is Python is being used in whatever in future technologies in the under industrial automation, like for
Yeah.
IoT and analytics of cybersecurity. So
Because
just to understand how how this Python language will help us in this IoT field and cybersecurity field.
okay. Okay.
And,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. You want to ask something more?
that's it. I mean, in these two fields, suppose IoT is like remote controlling the embedded
Yeah.
devices, taking
Okay. Okay.
status. That if you
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
to give control it, then you can control through internet itself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
in that, the Python is being used, but I just wanted to make sure. I mean, wanted to know how exactly it will fit into this IoT world. And suppose if you take cybersecurity, in cybersecurity also, how Python will help us for analytics.
Okay. Okay. I will explain in this last. Okay. So like first, okay. Let's we proceed with this pages. Okay. So like there are we have got many answer like why you want to be a programmer. So we can say like simply if you become a programmer, you can create anything whatever you want for the technology, right? So you are like, if you are become a programmer, then you are a problem solver for this society, or you can say the entire world. Like we have many problems are there, and the many MNCs are there. They are going to solve these problems with the help of programmers and coder, right? So with the help of technology, like right now we have we are already seeing many things, like we have already robotics process are there, or automation process are there, like driverless cars are there. Many things are there. We are seeing many things, and in the future also we are going to see many things also. Recently I have attended a seminar. So whatever they want to implement, and whatever they want to see in 2050. I'm not talking about the 2030 40, right? I'm talking about the 2050. So whatever they want to implement, and what they want in the 2050, all the things, all the plans are ready right now, and programmers are doing their work. Such robots are now going to creating, the AI developers are doing their work, like they are taking the input from the user. Like in the work, the machine learning is there. There are two things are there, like AI, artificial intelligence there. In that, all the subsets are come, like neurals, machine learning, deep learning, all that comes into the AI. So AI is the main part, and there are the subsets of all these things. So like in the machine language learning, what we do, we train the machines, and whatever we have insert the inputs, they will get the output. So it is a machine learning, like what the neurals, with the help of neurals and deep tech technologies, like what the programmer are right now doing is, they are implementing such type of functions in the machine, that machine automatically learn all these things. You don't need to train. The automatically machine will be going to train itself. Okay, so like I don't know, like some are like says like economics or entrepreneur, some like say like that it will be harmful for the in the future for humans. Like some say like we can control all these things. So like it's like future, right? We cannot say now. And like if you are become a programmer, like I can say like your job is guaranteed, and you can earn lots of money with the like doing the job also, and your leisure time also to train someone, or you can do as a freelancing job, like that. Okay, so this is the thing, like why Python is being become so popular, means it is a very beginner friendly. If you don't know anything, you can learn Python very easily. There are some topics are there, like if possible, I have made some already content. I will share with the CGC team, and if you want the content, you can take from them for basic level, and I'm working on the advanced level also. Once it is done, I will share with the CGC team, and you can take them from. Okay, and the next thing is like why to choose Python. Like we are many languages are there. Like why Python? So like it is easy to understand and easy to learn. Like just you see there, and just you can see this program, you can easily understand. Like you are not doing any like any such stuff, like you're writing too many codes for getting any execution process of just a plus b. You don't need to write much code, right? And it is free and open source language. And if you want to download these things, just go for Python org. Okay, so you can download from here. Okay, and there are many ideas. It is depend upon the requirement, like why you want to be and where you want to be. So like if you just so there are many things are there. Like ideally, this is the basic thing which is developed by the Python team, and we have something called PyCharm. Just mostly web developer are using these things, and most of the data scientists are using Spider and Visual Studio. So like there are many IDEs are there. So it's depend on the requirement. So we have used this. So you can use any IDE, and the main concept of this Python is fewer code lines and less time. So as I have already told, right, like in the most of the MNC, like the time is very important for them. Like if you are getting a same thing with the help of other languages in the 1,000 line, 500 lines, and you are doing the same thing with Python is 100 lines. So the priority comes with the Python only. No one will tell you to go do this program with other languages, right? And it is approved by the data scientists. Like if you want to become a data scientist, and if you want to build any machine learning products or artificial intelligence products, so you can do with this like three languages are there. Like one is the Java, and R, and Python. So this is the three most important language. With the help of these languages, you can become a master in data science. So now most of them are like preferred Python only, because it's having like many, like 1,000 of libraries are there. They have created thousands of packages. Like if you want to do any operation, there are like libraries are there for every function. They have created libraries. You don't need to write much code. Just example, I will show you. Like if you want to upload any file, you just need to write only 2 lines only. You can upload any file with the help of just 2 lines. Let me just so let me create a simple file. We'll write this name as a test. Okay. So this is a file. Okay, this is a type of file. Okay, save. Okay. So this is just assume this is a type of file. And you want to access this file and you want to import this thing. So just we have to 2 lines. You have to write 2 lines of code. That's it. Let me write this code. We have to use with open. Okay, and you have to write the just go the copy this URL location. Okay. And just paste it and write the file name. You have to use double backslash. Okay. And you have to write the file name. So it is nothing but what we have write test, right? Okay. And format of the file, this is txt, right? We have created a notepad file, so this is nothing but txt. And just take this file into as a variable name. I'm defining the variable name as a data. That's it. And just for we are using for loop. Just in and I have this is the variable name. So in the whatever the data which I have want to access from this file, just come into the for loop and then you can print. That's it. Okay, we are getting some error. The file name is correct. Test.
For line in data.
No, you will get with the help of line also.
No, you second line you need to mention line in date. You mention date. It should be data.
Yeah. I'm sorry because I'm very bad in the spelling. Okay, now we can access these things.
Ilyas, can you also give an overview about this Jupyter ID, what you're telling about? And also we need to give the overview to the participant how to set up the Python environment in their system if they want to get it started.
Okay, so like if you want to download this Jupyter, we have many types of, as I've already discussed, right? So like this is the thing, like I just example with the help of like 2-3 lines and you can access such big files. Like if you want to import any database, so just with the help of 2-3 lines you can get all these things. And if you want to download this ideally, I've already for all the things are already installed in my system. Like if you want to download the Python, just go for this ideally. Just go for this one and go for the download button. That's it. Okay, and you will get the some installation purpose. You can check in the YouTube also. And if you want to download this Jupyter, so you have to download the Anaconda. Okay. This is already installed in my system. So just click on this Anaconda. Then okay, you will get the download button. So it is showing like what type of operating system you have. If you have Windows like 64, 34-bit or Mac, and if you are using Linux, So like if you are like, for example, the 64-bit, just you have to download this thing, and this is like something like 460 MB data. Okay, so just you have to download whatever, like we have already installed the normal software, just that's it. Next, that's it. Okay, you can download all this thing, like you can see in the YouTube also. This is not a big thing, because I have already installed all these things. So if I do once again, then it will be execution problem. So this is very easy. And let's move to the next thing. It is like we have already done. Okay. So like it is approved by the data scientists, and these are huge communities are there. Like once you have doing the work on Python, like if you are in the like any company, they will add you in many WhatsApp group or any Facebook groups. If you stuck anywhere, if you just post your comment on any group, or like compulsory, you will get the answer. And what is the future of Python? Like we have already discussed, like it's abstracting the OOPS model, and cross platform portability. Like if you are work in the like some another like platform like Linux, if you want to shift your code into this Windows or any Mac, you don't need to change any program, you will get the output. Okay, and it's having, like I have already told, like rich libraries. So we have just used one library. This is a import system. Like for like that, we have many libraries are there, thousands of libraries are there. With the help of that libraries, you can do your operations. And it is simple to use, easy to learn, and it is free and open source. And what the mean of this one? That's integrable, extensible, embeddable. Like if you want to embed this Python code in any part of technology, you can say any part of development part, or you can say any designing part, designing, development, or any security purpose. If you want to, you have created a code and you want to embed that one, you can do those things, because if it is embeddable. Like if you are creating a website, and like for that like in the website we have a submit button, right? Just form, we create one form, and we have for submit button whatever the information from user entering the information, and we have to take the information, and we have to store somewhere. So we have to write one script that we can do with the help of Java. You can write, or you can use PHP also. So with like, so same thing, we attach one file, and we will link these things, right? So same thing you can do, like JavaScript is there. JavaScript, like we are embedding that script language into that HTML. So same thing you can do, like those who are want to in the security part or automation process, like RPA is there. And like anywhere in the designing, development part, you can embed your code, okay, anywhere. There's a specialty of Python. And like there are many things are there. I have already told, like there are thousands of libraries are there. If you want to perform, or if you want to do any operation, there are many libraries are there for every operations. Okay, and if you want to like go for the web development, we have a Django, Botel. If you want to do the mathematical computation, like problem solving, for this we have a NumPy, SymPy. Like for this NumPy we use for you can say array model, like that. And if you want for graphic user interface, like Pygame, Panda, all these things are there. So for every operation, many libraries are there. You can use any libraries. And just the future of these things, like let me show you. Take here. Let me open a Glassdoor company website. Okay. So job title here I am writing Python developer. Okay, job Hyderabad search. Okay. So you can say, let me So these things. Let's go with the salary. Okay. So what is the average salary if you become a Python developer? It is searching or not? Okay. So like this is the average salary. Like minimum salary, we will get the 3 lakh package, because the demand is very huge. Like if you become a Python developer, the demand is very huge. Like if you having like 4 to 5 experience, then you will get like up to 10 lakh package also. Like because it depend upon the skills which whatever you have. Okay, compulsory in that if you like we are in the technical background, so skills is matters. Like if you want to scope and if you want to earn something high, so like skills is compulsory. And like some freshers also getting 10 lakh package also, because if like it's come like they come from the background like IIT like that, and some bits planning like that. So sometimes it's come from the background also, and some and most of the time the skills matter. So like start your programming and do lots of projects, like mini projects, like the main thing is I just wanted to tell you is first you have to set your goal, like where you want to be, where you want to be go. Like if like some students or some persons say like that, so I want to become Python developer. Then why you want to become, where you want to be in that? Okay, there are many things are there, like web application, data analysis, machine learning, or you can say AI, game development, and automation. So there are many domains are there, many fields are there. So according to the field, you have to learn the language. Okay, and for example, if you are want to become a data scientist or analytical part, so there are some libraries are there, uh, like Matchbook and NumPy, Panda, all these things are there. So for this for analytic part, you have to learn all these things, right? And for web application, we have something called MongoDB, all these things, and Django. We have different libraries are there. You have to learn that one. And like first, like if you are learning something and you want to go somewhere, so it is not possible, right? You first you have to set your direction. Just train your mind like what you want to be in, like after 2 years, after 5 years, after 1 year, anything it could be. So just set a goal and plan accordingly. And like many people are there, like they learn all these things, but they are never mastered in anything. So just I'm not telling to learn all these things. Just you learn all, because compulsory, like as a programmer we have some knowledge, right? Basic knowledge of all these things, but you have to be master in one thing. I'm not telling you like for example, uh, if you want to become an app developer, you have to concentrate on that one only, right? If you are learning all these things and the base you have missed, then it will difficult for you. Like if you want to become a website designer, so you have to focus, like what you have to first search, like what type of like subjects are there, like how many types like I can design. Like there are two things are there mostly in the worldwide. One is a Bootstrap and one is a WordPress. These are the two technologies are there. With the help of you can design a website. Like in the Bootstrap you have to do the coding, but in the WordPress, just there are predefined templates are there, just you have to drag and drop, that's it. So these are the things are there. So like just research all these things, just set your goal and plan accordingly. If you want to become a web application part, if you want to become an analytic part, if you want to become a AI, machine learning, anything, and or if you want to become a game development, and like many games are there that is written in the Python with the less than 100 line also, like that we have like 10-12 years back, we have like 11 like a Nokia 1100 phone. Like there are snake games are there, that the code of that of a snake you can write in the Python, like mostly I think 70 lines, 70 to 80 lines, that's it. within the below 100 lines, you can develop many games also. So like a game like tic-tac-toe is only 500 of lines, which is written in Python. So like with the few lines, you can create many things in the Python, and many algorithms are there. If you want to do in the AI or machine learning, you just have to write like 5 to 10 lines. That's it. And these things I've already done, and like I think I have already discussed this thing. Let's do something more like. If you whatever you want to write, you can write anything, right? Like let's like I'm defining one variable, and I want to write any string like so it is printing, right? So I don't need to define this as a string or not. And in the Python, the main feature is you can convert any data type to any data type anytime. Okay, like you are writing something code. For example, we have something functions are there. Like the time is already we have reached. Uh, I will show you one thing. One example. Let's take a v variable, and I want to something. I'm taking the input like enter any number. Okay. So it is showing 1. Okay. So this is the thing. Now I want to print something. So your number is. So I have just concatenated this thing, and I'm writing B. Okay. So what will it is getting a typing error that string is we cannot concatenate string to the integer. So now B is your integer value. Now what you have to do? So there's no need to worry. Just you can convert the integer to the string. It will not affect anyway. That's it. So like in like any like you can convert any type of data to any. You don't need to worry about this. There are many type of informations are there. Data is nothing but your information. You're taking the information, or you are inserting the information. And if you are having something issues, like there are there are some concepts are there. We mostly use like list and tuple. So like in the tuple, what we have to do, like we have to for security purpose, if we don't need to change the data, just we have to store all this thing on the tuple. And in the list, we will take that if you want to change something, just you have to take the information from the tuple, and we convert this into the list, and we can change the data type. So like you can convert and you can do any operation anywhere, anytime. Okay, there is a no restriction in the Python. Okay, this is a very user friendly, and I'm also recommended to go with the Python if you want to these fields. Like this is the most demanding field right now. Like if you want to become a web developer, web application you want to create, a system-based application, anything, or you want to be into the analytic part, or AI, or web development, or automation, or you can say RPA. So like Python is like now trend. Most of the are moving to the Python. Why? Because of the time. Time is precious, right? Time is same money. Like all the like interpreter or economists or billionaires say, like time is money. Like if they are earning with the a project, for example, a project is there like some 10 crore project, and the cost of the profit of the project is 10 crore. Okay, 10 cr, and the time of that project, with the help of any other programming languages, I don't want to take any name of any programming language, because every programming language has their own identity. So like you are completing that project in some a programming language in some 20 days, and with the help of Python, you are same thing you are doing in 10 days. So what your like company will tell you, they tell you like do this project in that any other language, or they prefer you, they recommend you the Python. Simply they say Python because same thing they are earning in 10 days. So that's why like for the future it is compulsory. If you are into these field, these domains, there are many domains are there, many fields are there, but these are the major fields. If you want to um, like earn more, or if you want to like secure your job, all these things, so just learn the Python. So I'm recommending like there is nothing like many like developers are there, are they are still doing the game development in C++ also. Okay, so but you can do these things in the fewer times, like less time also. So that's it from my side. Like, hope the concept is clear for everyone, and hope I think you have many questions are there, like why I want to learn these things, because it is the main thing is this, the time. Every company they don't want to spend lots of time for a single project. Never want to and same comes to the client criteria also. Like Nova, the client, for example, one client is there, and they are giving one project to the two companies. One are saying, okay, we'll do this project within the this part of time, and one is saying that like we will do this in 1 month and we will do it in 2 months. So client will obviously give the project to the one month, those who are competing in the less time, right? So because they want to earn also, client want to earn. Like why clients are developing this type of things, right? Means they want to earn something, right? So that's it from my side. Like if you have any question you can ask, otherwise we'll close the session.
I would like to just add few points here in the session. Thank you, Ilyas bhai, for the wonderful session. I would recommend you to W3 Schools. It is having a wonderful website for learning different programming language that you can use as a reference website. W3 School. If you type W3 School Python, you will get all kind of syntax which is been there in the Python. So Ilyas bhai, he has just covered the bit surface. Python is a very vast language. I would recommend, if you are interested, as he has suggested, so go deeper into the syntaxes. Like W3 School is one of the option. There is one website called Programiz. It's an open, and I think mostly it is being supported by Google. So they also have a kind of a very interactive platform. Programming is the one of the website I would recommend. If you are inclined toward data science and machine learning, there are some paid courses websites are also there. Like DataCamp is one of the paid courses website. Even I have used it extensively for learning the data science and machine learning. I would recommend you going into that. If you want to go into web development, Flask and Django is one of the prominent environment being there in the Python world. So let me tell you specifically, like I'm having 12-year experience in the IT. So basic thing what Ilyas bhai has told you, it looks simple, but it's like we need to just explore all the we need to go into deeper into the language, and it is not that much straightforward. That's why IT used to give so much money to the programmer. You need to learn so many like utilities, how to write some complex program, how depending upon your interest. So first, I would request you to go deeper into all the syntaxes and functionality available in the Python. So W3 School is the best resource which you can start initially. And if you have any feedback, just feel free to ask. We have a professional group. We would like to take your queries as well. Okay. So anytime you can just reach us out. So this point I would like you to add. And if you have any query, you can just ask us.
Hello, Shoaib bhai.
Yes.
I would like to ask you something regarding this machine learning.